Like the panel talked about, we get to see Double King on a new carry. He was very impressive on the Wraith King. We'll be playing the Ursa with the Little Dipper cosmetic on his back. Very cuddly indeed. Synderen, your thoughts?
Obviously, it's a good lane matchup against the Tide, right? So that's one lane that they should be doing great in. I think the Queen of Pain against Kunkka should also be doing all right. So honestly, I'm not as concerned with Arkosh's laning as the panel was. I still do think they're slightly unfavored, but it won't be too big of a problem if they set their lanes correctly. The main thing for me is them playing tighter as a team, right? In the last game, like the panel pointed out, they kind of lost their footing a couple of times. They started getting picked off. This game will have a different dynamic because the lineup from... Obviously, they're not playing against Spirit Breaker, right? He was really annoying for them last game. But you need to play tight here because you're playing against a team that has very strong team fight in the Tide, Kunkka, and Luna. So you don't want to get into these like 3 or 4v5s. You're just going to get rolled entirely. So either you need to skirmish, you need to split push waves and stay away from fights, and then be very selective. And that seems to be a little bit of a hurdle for them sometimes. So that's what I would look at for Arkosh. 2 for 2 runes.
You can see Empyrean getting pounded upon here in his own triangle. He'll be able to limp away. It takes heavy damage. So we'll have to go back to base to heal. And the bounty runes ended up being dead even. An even game to start the game, Synderen. Would you believe it?
I believe it.
Good.
I do believe we have a game to start the game.
It's going to be the Ursa Nyx, so double melee against Weaver Tide. So they talked about the panel that is the double minus armor coming out from the side of Simply TOOBASED. What do you think from an Ursa perspective? Will he be okay here? Because we've seen Ursa like destroy Tide in lane, obviously, but this is typically with like a range support of some kind.
I think they're going to be okay, but a lot of it comes down to Gremlo's spell usage. I think it's very important to use Impale effectively. If you just throw out the Impale and do a little bit of harass, and it doesn't force the enemies out, they can immediately turn on you with Gush Scarabs and just try to fight off the Ursa. If he has already used Earthshock to go in, he can't use it to disengage with. So you've got to be a little bit careful. I think if they play the lane correctly, I would favor their lane slightly, honestly. And I'm actually going against Weaver, just because this is such a good lane matchup for Ursa against the Tide. But they will need to spend all their gold on Nyx buying regen for Ursa in the early levels in order to succeed. He has to just ferry out tangos and salves and stuff.
Well, the good news for Forsaken Oracle is that there is no puck to deal with this time around, Synderen.
That is true.
He is playing against Ryoya, obviously, but this time it's going to be a Kunkka. So your thoughts on this matchup?
I would say it's Quap favored. Probably go for 2 points in the Shadow Strike here, and just every time Kunkka goes for creeps, you punish him, you pressure him back, and force him to buy extra regen, and then you win the economy ward that way. Actually surprised to see 2 points in Scream here from Forsaken Oracle. That will leave him a little bit exposed. If he gets torrented here, he almost could have died, but will sidestep that one. And at the range deny. Nice little heads-up play there. And we'll get
yeah, that is, I mean, the old school build is the 2 in Shadow Strike against any melee target, right?
Yeah.
Quap was, at least historically, known as this melee bully hero, which Kunkka's no exception. But, of course, the game has changed quite a bit. You have the water runes and whatnot. You can go into the jungle a little bit, so guessing Ryoya will be just fine.
I still think you do want to get the 2 points in Shadow Strike, though. If you don't do it, I don't see you winning the lane. Then Kunkka, he's just going to beat you on CS, right? He has more damage. He has Quelling Blade advantage. Just his base damage in general is higher than yours by like 10, so he can just deny a lot of the stuff. And you're seeing right now he's just laying into Forsaken Oracle because he can trade favorably. Scream of Pain is way too expensive. It's too much mana per damage. You can't sustain this at all.
Ooh,
he's kind of getting bullied here
as well. Man.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say it with full confidence that I'm right about this lane, but I just don't think Quap wins it without maxing Shadow Strike. At least on level 2, you want to get it when you can. But.
Oh, would you ever go more than 2 points, though? I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's kind of rare. You can do it in some cases if you're totally dominating the lane and just want to really shove the guy out. The thing against Kunkka is probably not worth it because, like you said, he will go jungle. But other heroes that don't have that luxury and really need to lane, if you can get 3 points in Shadow Strike and ruin their lane entirely,
Yep, Double King getting forced out, but a nice impale came through for Gremla. So you talked about his spell casting, which some people may not have very much confidence in. I certainly do, because he hit the double impale, Synderen.
Yep.
What a play.
They both have 10 charges on stick as well, so they could actually go for a potential fight here. Double King will want to get level 4 first, though, so he does have a point in overpower. He's going to skill that now. I think the goal for him in this lane right now should be to get pot shots in on Tide whenever he can, exactly like this, right? Whenever you get a free hit, go smack the Tide. If you at some point, if he oversteps and gets like 2 stacks on him, 3 stacks on him, 4 stacks on him, then you commit and look for that kill. But yeah, they are punishing him in turn every time.
Oh, that's going to be first blood in the bot lane, which is a lane we have yet to talk about. Luna got extremely low, but...
Oh, Double King's actually going to...
Like Ollie will live. Swashbuckle with the shield crash to follow. Ollie getting pursued. Monkey just tanking the tower. And he'll be successful in finding him.
He's going to die afterwards. That's great for him. He wants the full refill.
And Ursa died top. Fleet now securing himself a double kill with the Nyx Assassin. So many deaths to start things off here.
I mean, maybe my read on this lane is just off. Like, maybe it's not as good for them as I thought it was going to be. I didn't say I would like massively favor them and they should just destroy, but I thought at the very least they could break even, but they're getting rolled. Just way too much pressure coming out of the Tide and Weaver onto this Ursa who, you know, he bought boots first, and that is not really a very valuable item if you can't play aggressive, right? It gives nothing in this lane except the potential to chase them down. But if you can't win that trade, then you're never going to get the value out of the boots to play aggressively.
Oh, we're seeing X into the boat in the mid lane. Ryoya gets the double boat, in fact. Not enough to get the kill on Forsaken Oracle. Empyrean is in the vicinity. Looks like the Shadow Strike won't be enough to take out Ryoya, but they're going to turn this around to Gremlo. Looking like another freebie.
Cost them Ollie bottom, though.
That's true. Wow, that's the second death on Luna. That is not what you want to see if you're simply two-based.
The bottom lane of Arkosh is their saving grace right now. It's the only lane that they're winning, and they're winning it against a hero that they really need to contain in this game, because if Ursa is not doing well, he is the best hero that they have at dealing with Luna. Yeah, you've got Disruption, that can be a little bit useful sometimes. But okay, apparently something interesting happened there. Not sure, I didn't see the clip.
I did not see it either. Sure, it's just a bug, no pun intended. Wow, that actually made you laugh. That's pretty sad. I mean, despite the 2 deaths, Luna is still out farming Ursa, and that's kind of concerning. 400 net worth lead.
Yep.
Double King, not able to get a ton of CS here. He's getting chased out again. Forces out a TP as well. This is Forsaken Oracle.
Weaver is
level
such
6.
a strong hero. It's incredible how much he offsets in this lane, right? Like, it's not like Tide gets absolutely annihilated by Ursa unless it's a one-on-one, but in many 2v2s, you ultimately get overpowered. The Weaver is just twice as strong as Nyx. It is just destroying this top lane.
Forsaken Oracle trying to get some kills on the enemy neutrals here. He's going to get X marks, though, for his trouble. Into the boat it goes. It connects. Torrent to follow. And Ryoya is just having his way against Forsaken Oracle in these last 2 games, Synderen. Just completely dominating mid.
And this time around, there isn't as much of a saving grace in that safe lane. Last game around, Double King on Wraith King did a lot of work. This time he's playing more of a snowbally by nature carry, and he has lost his lane badly. So who are they going to turn to get this game under control again? They're now going to lose the top tower as well. After 8 minutes, Tide is going to take this lane against Ursa and bully him out. Double King has been forced down to bottom. And after seeing this play out, you gotta wonder, could you have done anything to solve this? Would Shadow Demon have done well enough in this top lane? I don't think so. So maybe you had to actually start as 3 for a little bit to get Ursa a good start, and then afterwards go and help bottom for your Pangolier.
There's some nice stacks being made here from Crow, but who's killing them? Is he actually just going for them himself? He's lowering the HP to make it a little easier since they don't really have, you know, the typical hero to clean it up. I guess it would have to be Forsaken Oracle.
Yeah.
But Ursa is not, I mean, unless you go for Battle Fury, it's not really a hero that can take these stacks very easily.
No, the Ancients are going to be quite the mystery. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just Sonic Wave them?
He does have Arcane Rune, but it's not going to last for 40 seconds. Yeah, that is...
Oh, double king.
Luna can take it if she gets enough farm, so maybe they're just stacking it for her eventually.
She's on the other team.
Yeah, I know. that's the joke, Synderen.
Oh, it was a joke.
Yes,
Sorry, I don't understand jokes.
Yeah, I know. Monkey creating a little bit of space here. Rolling Thunder ends, though, into the Gush. Has another swashbuckle. You can see Flea pursuing on the other side. It's just going to get ravaged and brought down. So Lil Nick, nice rotation here. Impale's going to catch Weaver. Does have time lapse, though, as Gremlo. Not very intimidating. Level 5 Nyx Assassin. But Crow is here. Gets the Demonic Purge off. Looks like Flea will live for now. Takes a ton of damage, though, and the Forsaken Oracle is there to end up getting the eventual trade with Gremlo. So 1 for 1.
But it's costing them the mid tower. These trades are just not good at all for Arkosh. Last game was close and exciting. This one is shaping up to be quite the stomp if they don't stop the bleeding. They've lost 2 towers minute 9. The carry's having a terrible game. They're over 1,000 net worth behind on that mid lane Quap versus Kunkka. It's just all two-based. And they're not really slowing down. And here's the problem for Arkosh, right? Your Ursa being unable to fight, he has to farm. Like, if he keeps showing up to fights, they're just going to lose on that alone. He literally has to just hit creeps for 10 minutes because his lane went that bad. And that means you need basically Pango and Quap to hit really good fights where they can do so much damage that they can pretend they don't need a carry in the game at all. I just don't see an alternative. I think if Ursa shows up to fights, even if they get kills, it's not worth his time. He needs to get gold.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the contrast between Luna losing her lane and Ursa. Luna can just go in the jungle very easily and catch up.
Exactly.
Ursa, not so much, but this could be a very big kill onto Ollie. Gremlo is there with the Impale. A much-needed kill onto the position 1 for Arkosh.
Unfortunately for them, the gold, they're going to Nyx. Usually you don't care that much against the kill gold, but you need it on Ursa.
Gremlo, yeah.
He didn't get that one either. That went to Crow, so the supports get the kill bounties. And Ursa is sitting at the same net worth as the enemy position for Weaver. 11 minutes in.
Wow.
It is tough times.
Indubitably. Well, Forsaken Oracle TP's bot to try to contest this tier 1 tower. Being attacked here from Lil Nick, but Lil Nick is so tanky. Has the hood, has the phase boots. Looks like he will be going Blink as his main item of choice. So seeing a lot of differential between both Monkey and him in terms of the Tide itemization. Do you agree with the... I mean, we talked about this last game, but do you like the Blink as the first item for Tide, essentially?
I think it's fine. I actually think it's less important than it was last game, ironically, and Tide never bought it last game, right?
Nope.
In this game, I don't think it's as important that they get some sort of a burst engagement. For their lineup, it's more important to just control the flow of the fight. All right, Kunkka.
And this could be another big kill. Ryoya getting rolled on, just perpetually stunned. Nicely done from Monkey.
Don't let it get to you.
So another valuable kill for Arkosh.
Oh, they got the disruption there
next
too.
TP gets canceled. Do they have damage to actually kill him? That's the real question. Little Nick, anchor smash. The Kraken Shell did proc. Pops the pipe, or the hood, I should say. I don't know if anybody's going to actually TP here, but he can definitely create a lot of space if he wants.
Nice movement pattern.
Oh, gets it randomly impaled there, Gremlo. Nice spell casting.
They can't kill him.
Taking so long.
He's gonna kill Monkey. He has no mana. He's literally stuck.
Oh God, that is a play from Lil Nick. Monkey's not too happy with the turn of events there. My goodness, that forehead really brimming with sweat after that play. What?
Good God.
I don't mind.
I mean, there's no need to sugarcoat it, right? There's just nothing going well for Arkosh right now. They did get that one kill on Luna. That's the highlight of the last 5 minutes. They need something big. If they're going to go for Roche here, I'm a fan. Like, take the risk. Get something done with your Ursa. Either you take Roche or he keeps farming, but I don't think he should be involved in these fights once again. This isn't going to net him very much. At least he gets that kill.
Double King does get the kill this time, Cinder, and ding, ding, ding for him.
He doesn't have a Morbid Mask, right? He does. He could technically try to Roche.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? He dies? Huh? Not so bad.
Oh, the
Yeah,
worst thing that
Ryoya's
could happen
spotting
is
out
that
this
he dies
ancient
and the
game
enemy
now.
team get rushed. That would be really bad, but...
All right, I was slightly off on stacking for Luna. It's for Ryoya.
Yeah, oh no!
Arkosh just
Oh
realized,
my
oh, wait, we can't
God.
actually use these. But they could use it to bait them. This could be the play all along. Gremlin with a big impale onto 2. Can they kill off the Kunkka? He does have his boat available. Not even going to bother expending it, though.
It's a trap!
That is mega worth. It was definitely a trap. And Little Nick looks to be next on the menu.
I thought you would appreciate that because
Down
it was
we
a
go.
movie reference and all you know is movies.
I mean, it's Star Wars. It's kind of
whatever.
a weak sauce movie.
Of course, I haven't watched the movie before you get
Yeah.
too excited, but...
How do you know it's from a movie?
Because I have seen a clip.
A GIF? Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Don't tell me you're not impressed. I know you're impressed.
So you've never seen Star Wars?
Maybe I've seen one of them.
Which one? X, Forsaken
I don't know.
Oracle.
Nobody
Doesn't
gets
have
the
Blink
order right anyway, so it wasn't going to help you, right?
You can tell me whose accent is. Forsaken Oracle has the blink, but no.
I think
Gets
I watched
slapped
it when
down
I
to
was
the
like
ground.
9 years old, so 2 or 3 years before I watched The Matrix for the first and only time. So I don't remember the
God.
actors in it. I don't remember anything. The plot, nothing. But I think I've
You know-
watched one of them.
It's interesting because, like, I personally am not a big fan of Star Wars in general, but I've seen all of them because it's just something you see. It's just like required
Why?
in our human contracts that you sign at birth. That
Oh.
you have to just take part in these activities.
Fortunately, I didn't sign that one. I signed the
That's why
AI
you're not real
beta.
human. You are an alpha if I've ever seen one. As
Thank
Gremlin's
you.
Gonna get stunned
That's very
here.
nice of you.
I meant that in the opposite sense, of course, is Lil Nick. He gets off the nice Ravage. That's going to free up the Aegis to be taken by Ollie.
Good damage.
Gets off a nice Rolling Thunder. They're going to take out
Oh, he got the blink
Ogre
off there
Magi
because of
to
the
start
hood. Very
things out.
nice. Little
and
Nick.
might just have to be happy as Flea gets a pickoff on the sideline. We're seeing X marks into the Eclipse. Could not blink away. Very sad for Arkosh fans. As they lose 2 and only get the 1 in Ogre. That's after Roche was taken.
I think they might lose 3. Shadow Team is dead too.
Indeed.
They might lose
Make
4.
it 4, Cinderin. Can you count to 4?
Oh,
Wait,
good.
can they get him? No. No, he'll get away. He's seen Star Wars.
What?
So back to this discussion. What is wrong with you? You can see the replay here, of course. See the laid egg in the river baiting the enemy
So
team.
notice the hood here
go
from
for
Little
it.
Nick. So he gets hit by the first roll tick there of Pango, but with that protection from the hood, he is still able to blink away and avoid the chain stun. And yeah, I feel like this has kind of been the story of Forsaken Oracle in this series on the Queen of Pain. Just a little bit too aggressive in some spots, and it's going to cost him his life on that
It's going to
hero.
cost Ryoya this time, potentially. Possibly BKB.
I think he's okay.
Might live as a result. Gremlo continuing to chase. In his ult form right now. He really wants this kill. He's going to get X, though. He really wants this kill. Going to get torrented on the top of a Fire Blast. Little Nick with the Anchor Smash, but here comes the Rolling Thunder from Monkey. See, the boat coming in as well. The Ryoya will live. And again, it only costs them an Ogre Magi. And it still ends up being a trade. Great plays from Simply TOOBASED. 7K net worth lead at 17 minutes.
Orchid on Flea. Can he solo Quap? Almost. Oh my goodness. Oh no! That is not the blink you want to go for there. You want to blink into the trees.
Okay, good effort though. That's a good effort.
Okay.
Yep. Forehead tells it all.
He lifted his eyebrows there, so got a little bit excited about the possibility to kill Quap, but not quite.
I think somebody needs to tell him he needs to put his webcam a little bit, showing more of the forehead and less of the face.
You can't show
That
more of
seems
the
to be-
forehead. He's showing all of it.
All right, less of the face then.
Okay.
Fire Blast, Crow, looks to be mega dead.
The forehead is part of the face.
And Star Wars is something you watch, period.
Okay. That's a really good comeback. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thought you'd like that one.
Monkey.
X from Ryoya.
He's
They're just
orchid.
looking for
He is
kills. This feels like a
toast.
pub game all of a sudden. And just destroyed, and they still have Aegis for another 2 minutes, so expect this. I don't know if they're ready to go high ground, but based on just the net worth lead alone, they could. I don't know if they're aware of this, of course.
I think it's an unnecessary risk. You can keep controlling the map. Oh, you're even going to kill Ursa here.
Yeah, double king.
Disruption.
Disrupted, and will die shortly after.
I think it's time to cancel that TP as Nyx. All right, he is going to complete it. That is kind of a death sentence.
That's a play. He just did something. Gremlo, good effort, my friend. 9K net worth lead.
All right, it is time for Pango to go for it. He's laughing. He's ready. I got it, guys. I got it.
The dominoes.
All right. They might get Ogre.
Second Oracle, they could potentially get 1 kill. The Ogre is the one that they've been killing consistently.
They got him.
And they will do so yet again.
That's a lot of damage.
I can only imagine the rage that Sir Action Slacks is having watching this game at some birthday party for his kid. Everybody's surrounded, just having a nice conversation. He's just watching the TV, deadpan stare. Little tear coming from his eye. Of course, it's not from sadness, it's from just pure rage. That's what I picture.
Can you get so angry that you cry?
Yeah, some people have a reflex where their eyes get watery and they get really angry. So I've heard, Cinder.
Okay, yeah, I believe you.
As Monkey gets taken out while we were discussing some very important matters. All right. Arkosh.
They found Ogre.
Yep. He has 7 deaths.
Out of
and
14.
The next closest on his team is 3.
But they keep finding this 5 Ogre, but they're bringing heroes for it.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one where they killed him with 2 was fine, right? But this was a 4-man rotation. They need to get back their outpost, though, so it's fine. But yeah, the big winner in all of this is, of course, just going to be the Luna. Right? Just out-farming everyone by multiple thousand now. This 10k lead for Simply TOOBASED. It's hard to imagine a situation where this starts dwindling unless Arkosh somehow get the Ursa into the game. But he still has a way to go. He has Diffusal as well as Morbid Mask, but no BKB, no Dagger.
Yeah.
So he needs to somehow find a way to access the fights. But he needs to not get Orchided, right? Like, that's the problem.
Gremlo is dead.
Yeah. If they get Orchided on Ursa, they can just kill him, except against Disruption. Like, he's very susceptible. All right, they've seen Crow. Hearing a boat.
He gets boated. Does have Swash and his ult, so I think he's probably fine if he wants to use them.
Swarm is going to connect.
Yep, now they have a little bit of vision. There's the X again, and gets Orchided before the roll can come out, and down he goes to the Tidebringer from Ryoya.
Nice execution on that. And they're just not going to stop, right? They're just going to go from the next to the next. They keep pushing out waves. Tide is going to be very safe going to this mid wave against the Quap. She's going to push it out. In the meantime, they take this top tower, no problem.
This is one of those games where Arkosh needs to like bait the enemy, and Ursa just goes solos Roche when it's up. He gets an Aegis, he gets a Shard, which if he can get off like a Earth Shock before he gets silenced, then that's basically like having a BKB. Close enough.
Yeah, somewhat.
Oh, Gremlo. All right, he's gonna get saved from his teammate for now, but there's the Ravage right after, and down he goes. Looks like Ursa might be next, already at half HP. Soul has his ult, disarmed right now. Gonna try to go to town onto Little Nick. He'll do so successfully, and then Ogre Magi, he's just gonna leave him to his own devices, it looks like. His Double King has to Earth Shock away. Very little HP to work with, 180 in fact. A Sonic Wave on the sideline, only onto Ryoya. Forsaken Oracle has his Blink. Looks like he's gonna be A-okay. So Ursa lives, and that is all you can really ask for if you're Arkosh, I guess.
Yeah,
Has Blink now.
Now Ravage is on cooldown. I think you go for it, right? Like, look for a fight close to Roche, try to find a kill or two, and hope for an early Roche respawn. The earliest respawn is in 10 seconds, so if they're lucky and they find a good pick, they can go from there. Oh, I was like doing a double check if my eyes were right. Flea is higher level than Forsaken Oracle. This is a 4 Weaver
Yep.
out leveling Quap.
He's going Bloodthorn, it looks like. Has the Hyperstone. Goodness. Oh, Empyrean. Making sure that he dies one more time before... It's a bug? What happened?
Apparently
Not
the
sure.
Swarm is missing on the Queen sometimes. Get it?
Remlo, right click down by Ollie. In the meantime, the Rolling Thunder was used. Lil Nick getting pursued now by Double King. There's the Blink being used.
Okay, a little bit of rebuttal.
Second kill for them. Roche will respawn in 2 minutes.
Unfortunate. That could have been a little bit of an opening. All right, Ryoya.
And Double King, there's the silence, but he already had the overpower out.
He's got Bloodthorn. He's just going to town. Oh dear.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, not every day you see the Urn into Bloodthorn on a position 4 Weaver.
I don't think you see this build on any other hero ever.
In pubs?
Yeah. Earn Bloodthorn.
I'm sure it's happened in a pub before.
Maybe Nature's Prophet or something.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
I don't know. Monkey King? Perhaps?
Eh.
In the right game?
At the very least, Arkosh has stopped the bleeding. It hasn't gotten worse.
Yep.
It's just a massive, massive wound, just like the one on Jenkins' face that we saw earlier today. So that's a disgusting heap underneath that Band-Aid.
Okay.
Apparently, he shaved off his mole.
That's one way to get rid of it.
Possible? Yeah.
Most people
But
get
it's
them
just gonna
removed
grow
at the
back.
doctor, but you know, if you don't have time for that, or if you're in America, you know, you just gotta.
I don't have the health insurance needed for that, so just gonna lop it off myself. No big deal.
I could just picture a guy with like a really thick accent. I'll remove it myself.
Radiant
Gets out
What
the
the
chamber.
hell accent was that?
I don't know. I'll never
That
do
was
it
like
again.
British Southern.
No, it
that
was-
was not a real thing.
Who said it had to be American? That wasn't British.
Well,
That was
he
definitely
did
not
say
British.
American.
You don't know your accents. You haven't watched enough movies. That was South Carolina.
Okay, South Carolina.
Yep.
Sure.
See, you can't debate it because you don't know what they sound like there.
Yes, I do. I mean, I know the general Southern accent. It's nowhere close to that.
But it's northern South Carolina. It's like Central Carolina.
I don't think it works that way.
Oh, it was worth a shot.
Good effort, though, Cinderin. Good effort.
I liked it. I had fun.
So I think Simply TOOBASED just waiting for Roche to spawn, which he has now done. And I feel like Arkosh just has to contest this somehow.
They do.
You're going against the Ravage. It's going to be possibly GG if you fail at going for this, as they
Bloodthorn's good for this.
do scan. So they know this is happening. But not going to get here in time. So that's going to be an Aegis and a Shard, which Luna will take. So the Moonglaves will do a little AoE action with the auto attack. Forsaken Oracle being forced out of the top lane, trying to push for. He knows that. I mean, I guess he doesn't know
Damn,
what
the
lane they're specifically
damage.
going for. Yeah, can't really hide in the
Oh my
trees with the
God.
Shard.
He almost soloed him with like 5 beams. Oh, Kunkka could
It
find him here.
happens.
They have the ward. He's gonna blink
Oh.
up. Torrent.
Oh,
Oh, he overshot it. Undershot it. Whatever you want to
effort.
call it.
Radiant are scanning.
Damn, that would have been a funny kill. Imagine 5 Lucent Beams into a Torrent. And nothing else.
Yeah, it feels like anytime you play, even if you're not behind, not getting Aegis or not getting the Roche kill with Ursa, feels like it's built into the balance of the hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it feels really bad if you don't get it.
For sure. I wonder what Ursa's win
Aghanim
rate is in
Scepter.
games that he doesn't kill Roche. It's gotta be awful. Like, there's other carries or other cores in general that can come back and win games without that, but Ursa's win rate has to be terrible.
Yeah, that would be an
So,
interesting stat to look at.
Remlo will get out, of course. No
Oh,
one else.
Bloodthorn. Monkey has no way to take that off, and so he will die. Crow has Aghanim Scepter, by the way. I was not
He is
expecting
very
him
farmed.
to get such a massive item. Yep, onto Weaver. This is the first demonic bird.
Oh no!
Sonic Wave clips 2, but no kill resulting. Into potential high ground now for Simply TOOBASED.
Good torrent.
Torrent actually connects with the Bloodthorn, but there's the save. And the buyback now into the Pangolier. Has his ult. They're going to destroy the Ogre Magi yet again. Empyrean. Death number 9.
I feel like Simply TOOBASED are just gonna stand their
Oh,
ground.
the Ravage onto 4, deleting 2 heroes right off the bat. And Nick's Assassin looks to be next. Triple kill for Ollie, the fake back after losing their Ogre. It matters not.
They had a really good ward there. They just walked straight into the trap. Sure, Ogre's dead, but you're still stronger than the Dire team 4v5 as long as you hit a half-decent Ravage, and that one was great from Lil Nick. Got like 3 or 4 heroes in that.
Well, Double King jumps in, pops the BKB,
Okay.
focusing all his efforts on Ryoya, but he's gonna have to think twice about this. Doesn't have his ult for 3 seconds, so they could actually potentially kill him here. And they will do exactly that, just as it comes off cooldown. Very unlucky timing for him. And with that 4 dead, a couple will be coming back shortly, but no buybacks whatsoever here. And that is the first set of racks for Simply TOOBASED, who look to be 2-0ing Arkosh. Looks like,
Oh, Grimlow.
yeah, nice spike carapace, but Gremlin's still stunned. Gets off the Impale, only onto 1. The Kraken Shell immediately takes it off. And down goes Gremlo. Pale Horse might be more important to the team than we realize, Cinderin. Maybe as Forsaken Oracle, or they just need to stop picking quad. It's also a possibility. Buys back into the game, and this is going to be the second set of racks for Simply TOOBASED. Well, nice stun lock from Monkey. That's going to result in a kill. Nicely done. Still Aegis online for 1 minute and 15 seconds.
And also, I would say it's a combination of things, right? Like, they're playing with a stand-in, that's one thing, but I also think Simply TOOBASED, especially in this game, are playing at a higher level than they have so far, right? They're doing a much better job. They got out of lanes really well. Some great individual plays and just taking the initiative and making the moves. This is probably the best single game they've played this season. And that's what's making it look like such a stomp.
They just needed a Christmas break, Cinderin.
Yep. Maybe they got new hardware as a present.
Peripheral or hardware?
Anything. Maybe, you know, new graphics card for Lil Nick.
That's true. He probably got the 3080 RTX.
That's
Need it
a
for Dota
really,
for sure.
that is a big Christmas present. I hear those go on the black market for like $50,000 right now with the supply we have.
Radiant's middle tower.
That's a little exaggerated, but yes. True.
49K. I did exaggerate it a little bit for effect.
Ogre, that is his 10th death in case you're counting here. Not that it matters. There's another big Ravage. Ryoya gets the double kill. And they kill 3 just instantly.
They were
probably
not
just
ready
don't.
for that at all. Well, it's a good laugh at least. What do you think about the color of his wall?
Was it blue?
It took me a while to realize this was a wall. I thought either this was like, oh, it's just a blue screen for. Is it the wall or is it a blue screen? No, it was the wall, right? It was behind the socket.
I don't know.
Blue walls are rare.
Tough to say, Senator. You're asking really important and interesting questions.
Thank you.
But I'm not going to answer them.
That's a
'cause I
dead
don't
pig.
find them interesting. Yep. Dead pig indeed. That is a dieback for Gremlo. Empyrean dying one more time for the road. As there's the tip, 11th death.
You guys are bad.
Flea taking it a little too seriously. I know the feeling. Playing mid lane as an old man must be really tough. It's like me playing FPS games. Because you know you used to be good, but it's just hard to get that mechanical reaction time, you know?
I feel like this game wasn't that much about mechanical reaction time.
That's true. So what was it about, Cinder, would you say? How would you sum this up?
They got so crushed in the first 10 minutes that it was hard to recover. Like, especially Ursa's game got a lot worse than I thought it would be. Thought he would be competitive, but he was just annihilated. And yeah, like we talked about, Ursa's track record of comebacks is just not good, right? It's gonna die here again now. Double King, Godlike for Ollie. Looking for the Beyond Godlike to finish it off with the Beam Glaive bounce. Not enough.
Not enough.
But he gets...
But they will get the Ancient, and they will get the victory for Simply
in
Booming.
Division 2 next season.
The forehead wins.
Did you cut away from that? Forsaken Oracle just said, see you guys in Division 2 next season.